I've got a treat for all of you out there, all you West Texas Buccaneers fans, wondering when you're going to get to actually watch arena football back in El Paso. The answer is this month. Later this month, the West Texas Bucks are going to be kicking off their inaugural season. And with us right now is a member of the Bucks. He's Erick Evans, and he joins us live on the show via Zoom. Erick, good to see you again, and welcome to the program today. How are you, my friend?
Man, I'm doing good. Thank you for having me on the show. For sure.
Man, you have to just be ready to play football, right? You've been practicing now for months, kind of getting acclimated to El Paso, the city, the people, but you're probably ready to just put on the helmet, pads, and start hitting some people right now.
Yes, just going against somebody else than ourselves. So I'd love to see where we at, and we'll see on the 27th.
Now, when did you first arrive to town? When did you get here for the first time?
I started practicing and being with the team in like January earlier this year, and I've just been working with the team, trying to build chemistry with those guys. We've been grinding, and we'll be ready.
Well, it sounds like it because if you've been practicing for 2 months already, I'm sure you're ready to see somebody else. Now, you did have a chance to have at least one scrimmage so far. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. It was probably January 27th, I think.
How'd that go?
It went well. It was good for the guys to go against each other, learn these new rules, learn the speed of the game. Even though we're going against ourselves, it was a good, pre-look on what we may go against.
Good. So you had a chance to play a little bit earlier in the year, but now you're ready to kick things off. And apparently it's going to start Saturday, the 27th of March. You're going to be home against Fort Worth. So that's going to begin the inaugural season for the West Texas Buccaneers. What do you guys call yourself? Are you the Buccaneers? Are you the Bucks? What do the players like to refer to yourselves as?
Bucks. When we break down, it's Bucks. Buccaneers is good too, though.
Well, it helps when they're the defending Super Bowl champs, right? I mean, if you have the same nickname as the title team, that's always nice too.
Yeah, we got to keep it rolling.
That's good. Do you guys have a Tom Brady? Do you have some 43-year-old quarterback who's coming out of retirement, basically deciding to play some arena football for you this year?
I'm the 43-year-old quarterback. No, I'm just playing. I'm a 43-year-old running back, but I'm trying to help these guys and lead them to victory. It takes grinding for sure.
There you go. Now, Erick Evans with us here on Sports Talk. For people that don't know, you come from the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and you played your high school football there in DFW, and you had your college career was pretty wild because you had 3 stops, and your first stop was at the Air Force Academy, correct?
Yes, sir.
Were you recruited by a lot of teams out of high school? Were there other schools that were looking at you?
Initially when I was a sophomore, but due to injury, things got chopped in half, but I was able to get something my senior year, and that's why I ended up choosing Air Force because they stuck with me all the way through.
All right. And after Air Force, then you went to North Texas, and that's where the whole El Paso tie-in comes because when you spent a couple of seasons with the Mean Green, you had the opportunity to go up against UTEP.
Yes, we played them in Conference USA, so we played them every year. So it was a good rivalry. So I know a little bit about El Paso before.
There you go. And if people are wondering around what time period that is, it was around the time Aaron Jones was at UTEP, right? That was right around those mid-2000s or like that 2015, 2014, right around that era.
Yes. Matter of fact, 2014, we won a bowl game, the Hard Dallas Bowl. So it was good to uplift Texas, and they're doing well today still.
I believe that. So you go from that bowl game in 2014, and then all of a sudden you transfer to a third school, but this time you probably see the most playing time of your college career.
Yes, at Tennessee State, where I was allowed to develop my game and keep growing. I played some pretty good opponents in the OVC, and I ended up playing the Vanderbilt in the SEC, so I got a little taste of that too.
Well, I've seen some runs of yours against Vanderbilt, and you obviously had a chance to not just get some playing time, but break a few tackles and have a nice game against the Commodores.
Yeah, the SEC is a one of our best conferences, and to have a good game against them, showed a lot about my development.
Yep. And following college for you, you go ahead and you prepare for the NFL. That's what everybody's dream is. You get the opportunity, and you end up getting yourself a workout with the Dallas Cowboys. Now, as you might imagine, this is definitely Cowboys country. A lot of Cowboys fans here, always have been, always will be. So tell my listeners a little bit about what that experience was like for you, getting that workout with the Cowboys.
It was just a dream opportunity. America's team, just to be working out in front of Jason Garrett at the time, Jerry Jones. It was just surreal. I did very well, and when you put that star on your back, you got to perform.
That's true. Now, were you by yourself, or were there other players working out with you as well?
It was other players there. It was invite only, but it was a hand-selected guys, so it was a pretty condensed workout.
Talking to Erick Evans of the West Texas Bucs here on Sports Talk. So you had this hand-picked workout. How nervous were you, knowing that as you were trying to really impress not just the coach, but the owner of the team, they were out there observing and watching you?
For that workout in particular, I wasn't nervous. I was ready. I think the bigger the challenge, the more locked in I get. So I did very well that day. So anxiety went out the window.
All right. So you go from working out with the Cowboys and getting that opportunity to then suddenly finding yourself in El Paso, getting ready to play arena ball for the first time in your career. I'm amazed at how that happened and how the events just transpired to get you back in the game and get you here right now in the Sun City. Tell us a little bit about how that went down.
I'm just blessed. I had an amazing agent. She's probably listening right now. Brandy, I love her. We're part of Black Diamond. She connected the pieces with the West Texas Buccaneers, and we went off and running from there. I'm glad to be back on the field, being able to work.
Now, since you've been doing this for the last couple months, how banged up have you been? Because now you're working out, you're hitting each other, and you tell me. I mean, do you feel better health-wise than you've ever felt before, or are you starting to say to yourself, I'm getting kind of old for this, because you're starting to get hit around a little bit and realize that it might be a little while since you've had a chance to really go up and have guys try to tackle you?
I like to be honest. That first hit was not didn't feel so good, but after that you get used to it, and I feel like in the best shape I ever felt, and you just got to keep building off of that.
Well, I'm with you on that one. And there's no reason to think that you guys can't start off strong here in your first year playing in this league. And I'm sure you, like everybody else, kind of getting antsy now because you realize, hey, listen, we want to play games. We want to play in front of fans. We want El Paso to see. It's been 10 years since the El Paso Generals were playing arena football, but they had huge success in the Coliseum in that first year. So a lot of fans enjoyed it. I called the television for those games and remember how not just the players loved it, but the fans. There was a bond, a big relationship between the two. But unfortunately, as successful as the Generals were that year, they didn't come back a second year. So fans kind of, I think, are ready for this because it's been a long time since they've seen some arena football.
Oh, yeah. I think El Paso is a great city. They love their football. They're ready for some football. And we're going to put on a great show. It's going to be a great, hardworking team. And we're ready for March 27th. We'll put the pieces together, and everybody that comes support us will not be disappointed.
Erick Evans is back with us. You can follow him on Twitter at Flippa Gates on Twitter. Now, I'm looking at your name, Erick Evans. I don't see a Flippa and I don't see a Gates. So give us a little bit of the Twitter history and how you found that handle out and how you're sticking with it all these years. What's the story behind Flippa Gates?
Just the way you said it. It's kind of a catchy name. It's unique. And a lot of my friends always call me Flip as a nickname. That doesn't come from nowhere. But Gates come from like Bill Gates, one of the most successful people out there. And I put it together, and there we go.
Now, you're too young for Flipper Anderson, but Flipper Anderson played for the Rams in the 80s. He was a wide receiver, and his nickname was Flipper, and he was always in the end zone, and he was a big-time receiver for a few years with the Rams. So I always wondered, did the nickname come from that? But it couldn't be. So Flippa, was it that you flipped guys around when you were playing football and they were having a hard time tackling you? How were you known as Flippa on the field?
I don't know. I don't I don't flip, like literally flip when I score a touchdown, nothing like that. But I do kind of when I do tackle, when I used to play defense, I did flip guys. So it might have came from that, but it's just a catch name.
Are you going to have Flippa on the back of your jersey, or are you going to stick with the conventional Evans for your last name? What are you going to go with?
I'm gonna talk to coach. I should get Flippa on there, but I'm gonna just go with Evans this time.
That's fair. And what number are you going to wear so fans know what number to watch for you?
9.
Number 9. All right. Now, was that a number you wore during your days, either playing high school or college ball? Or was 9 just the number you picked for this?
It was a high school number. I haven't worn it since high school.
Oh, that's cool.
And it means a lot to me.
Nice. You go back to your high school roots with number 9. Very good. All right. Yes, Eric, tell me a little bit about this team itself, because you're going to run the ball, and you're one of these guys that's going to do a little bit of everything for them offensively, and you've got the college pedigree to back that up. But tell me some of the other playmakers and some of the other guys that we might get a chance to see here come the 27th when you kick off the season against Fort Worth.
Yeah, we got some dynamic guys on both sides. Our quarterback, JT, can throw. He got some experience. We got a D lineman named Gabriel Lasosa. He's pretty good. He played at Akron. Very good defensive end. Got a wide receiver out there, Dawson. He catches everything. Our lineman's pretty good. We got another good running back named Q. He runs hard. Got a good linebacker named Terrence Harris. He played with me at Tennessee State. He hits pretty hard. He's a good coverage linebacker. So we're pretty stacked.
Do we have any former UTEP players or any El Paso high school players that are on this roster right now?
We got a lot of El Paso guys, local guys. We got Ruben. I can name a lot of them. Ricky. I'm still getting to know both their last names, but we got a lot of local guys on our team.
Okay, so you know him as first names. You know him as Ruben and Ricky and some of the local flavor we've got there. I got you. Well, hopefully we'll get a roster soon, and we'll start to really be able to know these guys up close and personal. What about Coach Thomas? Tell me a little bit about him. Craig Thomas, your head coach, and kind of the system that you guys are going to be running this year.
He's more of a smash mouth type of coach, hard nosed. Doesn't put up with a lot, like an old school coach. And he wants us to fly around, hit hard, be disciplined. He coaches hard, expects a lot out of us, and he wants to win this first year. So that's expected from the organization.
Eric Evans with us here on Sports Talk. Now, here's the thing. You play college ball, you got a wide open field. You go to arena ball, and it's narrow, and there's not really a lot of room to run away from guys. You could run through guys, but what kind of an adjustment as a running back do you make knowing you have such a narrow field of play, whether it's the Coliseum or anywhere else?
Yeah, I have to anticipate different cuts, knowing that if I see something, I got to put my on the ground and run hard because, like you say, I don't have space. So if I get a toss, I can't just run all the way to the outside. I'd have to ready to cut up field and get some yards. And the field's shorter, so if I do break, I'm pretty much gone.
Now, are you a dual threat? Will they see you not only running out of the backfield, but also catching footballs as well?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna play a lot of wide receiver too.
Good. So you're kind of a dual guy. All right. I like that. Yeah. How now? What's give me what are you 5'11", 6 feet? What are we talking about here, Eric?
About 5'10", 5'9", 5'10". Little shifty guy.
There you go. I like that. So you've got, and it looks like you've kept yourself in great shape, which is the most important thing. And obviously, for somebody like yourself who played college ball not that long ago, but you're doing arena ball for the first time in your career, this is probably more about the love of the game and wanting to keep playing football into your 20s and who knows beyond that, right?
Most definitely. Just getting back out there, just being part of a team again and just building chemistry with those guys, having fun. That's what keeps you young and keeps me going.
Are you the kind of guy that when you get into the end zone, you plan a lot of celebrations? Will we see dancing? Will we see body movements? What will we be seeing from you?
you're gonna see a lot of excitement. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Now I'm allowed to spike the ball and stuff like that. So I might give the ball to a fan or two, or my lineman to spike it. Try to get everybody involved, the fans involved. Definitely when I score.
I think that's going to be a lot of fun. And it sounds like, as you said, smash mouth football, fundamental old school ball. But as you know, with its arena, you got to throw the ball a lot too. And I'm sure a lot of no huddles and quick offense. You can get up and down the field pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's a space game. Offense is kind of easier offensive wise. So just find those spaces and yeah, once I catch the ball or run the ball, it's a pretty good chance I can score due to the shortness of the field.
Eric, is there a player you model your game after that's in the NFL right now that you kind of say, all right, I'm going to kind of emulate my game like this?
In the NFL right now, it's a lot of like running back wise. It's a lot of new guys that I like, but a lot of guys role model themselves after like Christian McCaffrey. He could run really well and he could catch really well and he can block. Um, who else I like out there? Zeke. Zeke is always a good guy. He's a solid guy to run behind. Who else is out there? Uh, um, it's like I study a lot of running backs. And they all bring different elements to the game, and I just think that with the new game, you have to be able to catch and run in the spaces, and that's what I'm trying to do with this arena ball for sure.
You know, Aaron Jones lives here during the offseason. You never know; he might be popping in to watch you guys play at the Coliseum in a couple of weeks to start the year off.
And that would be great. It would be great to meet him. He's a phenomenal running back that represents El Paso. They almost got all the way there this year and to the Super Bowl. So it'll be a good thing to meet Aaron one day and learn some things from him too.
Very nice. Well, we're excited about you. Looking forward to March 27th. And the season, by the way, is going to go through the end of May, and then the playoffs come around. So the last regular season game for El Paso will be the 29th of May when they take on Austin at home. And then the playoffs begin June the 12th. So really late April, or I should say late March, April, May, and then June. So a quick season, but a lot of fun, and excited to see what the West Texas Bucks can bring El Paso. Should be a lot of fun, Eric.
Yes, I want all my El Paso fans, the city of El Paso to be excited. This team is for real. We'll be for real, and we will not disappoint. We want them all to come out to these games, and we're going to put on a show.
Well, we're excited about that. It's going to be fun to watch, and it's right around the corner. Hey, thanks so much for joining us, Eric, and best of luck to you and the Bucks all season long.
Hey, thanks for having me, Steve, and let's do it again another time.
Look forward to it. Definitely look forward to it.